They called my name, but it wasn't what I expected. I went into the pageant with my eyes on the crown. You know, the crown that symbolizes beauty, perfection, poise, confidence. But as the judges finished and the contestants gathered, it wasn't the crown that found me. It was something different, something voted on by the women who saw me in the quiet moments backstage, in the laughter between nerves, and in the way I made them feel seen and heard. Miss Congeniality, the title that means pleasant, friendly, warm to be around, someone who makes you feel included just by being themselves. It's not the title I wanted or expected, but it was the one God was revealing exactly who he created me to be. You see, I can go into any party and not know a soul and still somehow come out with friends. I can read a room instinctively and blend in absolutely anywhere, not by disappearing, but by connecting. Yet, I've had a persistent battle within me that many don't see. I've wrestled with the feeling I'm not pretty enough, smart enough, confident or worthy enough. Not because any single person told me that, not because of any moment or trauma. It's just something I felt. The girl that appears to have it all together, smiles and makes everyone feel included, continually questioned herself. Why am I not enough? In the midst of the self-doubt and uncertainty, there was something planted in me by my grandparents and parents that was beginning to grow. My faith. It wasn't loud or dramatic. It was quiet, consistent, lived out faith. The kind that reminds you that God meets you exactly where you are. Faith was woven into my everyday. While my friends were trick-or-treating, we were at the Hallelujah party at church. Sunday mornings, whether we were grumpy, tired, pretend sick, you found us in those pews. We prayed over every meal, whether it was a Sunday dinner, a holiday feast, or simply a taco salad by the pool. We locked hands before vacations and prayed for traveling mercies. I saw countless people baptized in my grandmother's pool and at church picnics. In the moment, it all seemed so ordinary. But now, I see it for what it is. It's faith that shows up in kitchens and in backyards, in the people that surround us, and in the moments when God shows up powerfully, yet quietly. This foundation was evident when my husband and I found out we were pregnant before marriage. Coming from a very traditional Christian family, I was terrified to tell my grandparents. I braced myself for their judgment, their disappointment, and the weight of their expectations. Instead, they met us with the same love and grace that God extends us all. They didn't scorn or shame us. They prayed with us and for us. Little did we know in a few short months we would lose that baby, and and after marriage, we would endure many years of infertility filled with hope, heartbreak, waiting, and more prayers than I ever thought I was capable of. My faith and prayers didn't waver. They shifted into the longing of a mother whispered through adoption of 3 beautiful babies who are now 14, 12, and 11. Each one of them have their own unique stories. Each one has God's fingerprints all over them. Each one is a reminder that God's timing is rarely our timing, but always the right timing. Now, as my faith was becoming deeply rooted in my personal life, it was a slow trickle into my professional life. My professional journey began at a place that felt like home from the beginning. Providing supports to individuals with developmental disabilities, it felt sacred, purposeful. It's where I was meant to be. It's where I learned what true leadership is: service, compassion, patience, and presence. It's also where I met my first supervisor, Leslie. Leslie saw something in me long before I ever saw it in myself. She gave me opportunities, responsibilities, and insurmountable trust. I remember vividly working on a project with her one day. I was close to graduation, which, mind you, was 11 years in the making. I was overwhelmed, exhausted, ready to quit. I said, "Leslie, I am not smart enough, capable, or confident enough to step into any leadership. I just can't do this." She simply looked at me and said, "You have to, and I have faith in you." Those words meant everything. After many years of doubting myself and starting over more times than I can count, I finally graduated and stepped into leadership. Now, my self-doubt and uncertainty didn't just disappear immediately. However, once I began to rely on my faith and trust in the God that created me, I became a woman and a leader who prays and perseveres, who extends grace over perfection, who leads with warmth and understanding, is shaped and strengthened by her experiences and her faith, and finally seeing herself as God has always seen her: capable, chosen, and more than enough. So stop waiting to be enough before you step into what God has already called you to do. If I would have waited, I'd still be sitting on the sidelines of my own life. I would have missed opportunities, promotions, relationships. I would have missed the people I was meant to serve. You don't need the world's approval. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You don't need a perfect past, a perfect confidence, or a perfect crown. You need courage and willingness to step forward. But most importantly, you need faith in the God that created and carries you. Miss Congeniality wasn't the title I wanted or expected, but it's exactly who I was created to be. So my hope and prayer for all of you this evening is that you are able to see yourself as God has always seen you: capable, chosen, and more than enough.
Yes, yes. Now, I did not stage this tonight. Your team, your sisters did, and they wanted you to have the perfect crown. Thank you. I love you.